daycare. It felt weird being back so soon, like I was breaking in instead of coming home. I quickly went to my room and started gathering things I hadn't been able to fit in my backpack the first time. My favorite books, more clothes, my laptop, and some photos of my siblings that I kept on my desk. While I was packing, Megan was in my parents' home office. I didn't know what she was doing, but I was focused on getting my stuff and getting out before anyone came home unexpectedly. When we left, Megan had a folder tucked under her arm. I asked her what it was, and she just shrugged and said she'd tell me later. We loaded my stuff into her car and drove back to her apartment. Back at her place, Megan finally showed me what she'd taken. It was a folder with my birth certificate, social security card, and some other important documents. She had also grabbed my parents' spare credit card that they kept for emergencies. "You're going to need these," she explained, "and they owe you for all the free babysitting." I was shocked. "We can't use their credit card. That's stealing." Megan rolled her eyes. "Relax. We're not going on a shopping spree, but you need clothes for work, a new phone plan, and some basic necessities. They owe you at least that much." I wasn't comfortable with it, but I also didn't see many options. I had $50 to my name and wouldn't get my first paycheck for 2 weeks. So I reluctantly agreed to use the card, but only for things I absolutely needed. We went to the mall that afternoon. I got a few black t-shirts and pants for my coffee shop job, a cheap prepaid phone, and some toiletries. All in all, we spent about $200 on the card. Still, I felt guilty about it, even though Megan assured me it was nothing compared to what a real babysitter would have cost them over the years. The next day was my first shift at the coffee shop. I was nervous, but excited to start earning my own money. The shop was called The Daily Grind. Super original, I know. The manager, Jamie, was pretty cool and patient with my training. I messed up a few orders and struggled with the espresso machine, but overall it wasn't too bad. When I got back to Megan's after my shift, I had 3 missed calls from an unknown number. I hesitated before calling back, worried it might be my parents from a different phone. It wasn't. It was my little sister Emma using my brother's iPad. She was only 10 but somehow managed to memorize my number. She was crying, asking why I left and when I was coming home. It broke my heart to hear her so upset. I tried to explain in a way she would understand without bad-mouthing our parents. I told her I had a job now and needed to live closer to work, that I still loved her and my other siblings very much. She didn't really get it, but she made me promise to come see her soon. I promised, even though I had no idea how I would manage it. After that call, I was a mess again. Megan suggested we order pizza and watch dumb movies to take my mind off everything. It helped a little, but I couldn't stop thinking about my siblings and how much I missed them. The next few days fell into a routine. I would go to work, come back to Megan's, do homework, and repeat. I was exhausted all the time from trying to keep up with school while working nearly every day after classes, but at least I was making money now. About a week after everything went down, I got a text from my Aunt Barbara asking if I wanted to come to Sunday dinner at her house. She mentioned that my grandparents would be there, along with some other relatives who wanted to see me. I was hesitant. Was this some kind of trap? But Megan thought it would be good for me to see family who were supportive. So that Sunday, Megan drove me to Aunt Barbara's house. As soon as we walked in, my grandmother rushed over and pulled me into a tight hug. She was crying, which made me start crying too. I hadn't realized how much I needed a grandmother hug until that moment. The dinner was actually nice.